suggested by the title, do not pay, I repeat, do not pay any collection agency until you watch this video through. If I were to start a new business, I would build it on the fact that people are so ignorant. Hey y'all, what's happening? I'm Rescue, serial entrepreneur, brand strategist, investor, and a philanthropist. It's my hope that this video help you, inspire you to take action now. I'm not here to impress you, but to impress upon you that it is all possible to elevate higher. So, while we get started, grab your drink, some wine, and let's get right into this. This is your life guide. So, in this video, I want to tell you one thing. Ignorance costs you a lot. You don't know what you don't know, and therefore, it's very expensive. So, it is important for you to understand that you do not have any contract with a collection agency, right? So, any Joe Schmo's company calls you saying, are you Paul Jones? Are you Miss Jones? Whatever it is, and they're not from, let's say, the original creditor that you were dealing with, like say Verizon or T-Mobile, you need to ask them questions. Okay, you need to ask them, ma'am or sir, where are you calling from? What is this call in regards to? And they will usually say, you know, ma'am, this is on a recorded line. This is an attempt to collect a debt. You know, you need to let them know, who are you calling for? You need to ask the question again, who are you calling for? And then you need to say, you have the wrong number. If it's a collection agency, do not pay them. Why? Because you do not have any contract with a collection agency. You see, this is a business, and so therefore they know you're ignorant and you don't know the law. Okay, you don't know the law, so they're gonna use their business sense to make money off of you. Every single year, at the end of a fiscal year, any creditor will pass on their debt to become a default debt, right? So the IRS gives them a break, whereby that debt couldn't be collected, so it becomes a tax break for them. But they are allowed to sell it a penny on a dollar for them to still make some sort of money, and that company may buy it for $10 or $100, even though you owe $1,000. All right, but they know you're ignorant, you don't know the law, so they will push and push until they get that money. But one of the first things you need to do is make sure you do not admit that it is you they're calling. There's the federal law, okay, and then there's state laws that governs how collection agencies are to collect debt from you. All right, so one thing you need to know, take it from me, having been experienced, having been the worst, having been ignorant, I can only help you with my experience and what I knew not and what I know now, right? So do not pay a collection agency. Deny. You don't know what they're talking about. You don't know who they are. Cut off that damn phone. That's one. It is important that you know that you did not write or did you sign a contract with them, so they have no right to be calling you in the first place. But as soon as you respond and say it is you and admit that it is you they're calling, you are obligated to make that payment. Now, the most important reason why you should not pay that debt is because, first of all, you're already in trouble. You're in default, right? So it's already going against you on your credit. And then second of all, if you pay a collection agency, it's like something is dead and yet you revive it. So it's only going to get worse for you, right? For another 7 good years of that collection staying on your credit. You need not to respond to it. You need not to admit to it. You need to hang up the damn phone and pay them no mind. So knowing this should really make you feel good. Go and look for the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act that can help you understand how this thing works. You don't need to even get into that. Just know that don't pay any collection agency because you didn't have any contract with them. Period. Now, it may be different if that same creditor who actually you owe have an agency within their company. That may be treated differently. But if it's not, if it's outside, if it's not the same company, you have a greater chance of having that taken off your credit. It's probably a good thing that it went into collection. You now have greater chances taking that off your credit because now it's at a collection agency, all right? Now, there are some technicalities that will definitely be able to have you... God. Oh. How is a fly in my... Oh! What is going on? Okay. You have greater chances taking that off your credit report because it's now with a collection agency, all right? And you have no contract with that collection agency, so you need to analyze your report very well to know how to be able to have that taken off. There are some ways, and we'll get into that in a bit. Now, if you are to receive any letter from the collection agency, you need to read it very carefully because every state has what is called Statute of Limitation. And the collection agency will actually state in there that you are not obligated to actually make this payment. But they still want to get it anyway. But they know you're not going to read that. So therefore, they're going to push to collect their money. Okay? If you were to owe $1,000, they're going to push to collect that $1,000. But how is it that they could even try to negotiate with you and say, well, okay, if you can't pay the $1,000, pay $200. Don't do it. Do not do it. Unless it's with the original creditor where you could negotiate with them and pay less. And before you try to pay less, have them agree in writing, it will be taken off of your credit report. Unless that agreement is in writing, do not make any arrangement to pay anything off if it's in collection. All right? It's already worse. It will only get worse, sir, if that's a word. It will only get worse, right? If you make that payment to a collection agency. So do not, I repeat, do not make that payment. Do not admit to it. Understand the statute of limitation and understand that you do not have any contract with any collection agency. So ignore. Now, there are some situations where you admitted to it, then somehow they take you to court, right? Now, if somehow you have already admitted to it and you couldn't pay and they keep calling you and they take you to court, you need to go to the court because most likely you will be able to win because they cannot validate that debt. It is not them. They're not the original, person that you had a contract with. So you could plainly say, you know what? I have no collection of this debt, and so therefore I want it proven. All right. The law requires that they validate that debt, not just your name. They need to see a contract, right? They need to see a contract. So if they cannot see a contract, which the agency will not be able to provide anyway, so you will win. In most cases, if you ignore, the court may put a lien against your things, okay? You don't want to ignore that. You want to go to court and fight that. In most cases, you win. But 90% of people will not go. They will ignore. And that will end up becoming even worse. So do not ignore that. If you have already admitted to it, do not ignore it. Find a way to make sure that they don't know that it is you. You do not have to admit to it. You don't have any contract with them. So that is important. But wait, I'm not done yet. So don't click off we're going forward and we're going to learn some new things that you need to know. So therefore, you will not pay in a collection agency. You'll be able to take that damn collection off of your credit report. Because guess what? Your credit report is so important. Having a higher credit score is like having the best health ever. It's so important for your health. It's so important for your financial health that you need to pay attention to your credit report and understanding how to manage it. And I have a video that you need to understand. You could check it right here. Okay, the video will be right here. Where? The video will be right here somewhere, right? Is it there? The video will be right here somewhere where you could watch to understand how to get a perfect 850 or almost perfect 850 credit score. It is important that you know. What you don't know is killing you. It's killing you. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to make sure you take care of your credit. You don't know how good it feels to know that I have a good credit and I can walk anywhere knowing that I have control over the situation. I have my credit report. I know what's in it. I know what's not, and all of that. So it's so important. It gives you power. It gives you leverage. You'll be able to use OPM, other people's money. You done with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You done with OPM? Yeah, you know me. You done with, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. So, when you have the best credit, you will be on cruise with OPM and OPP, if you know what I mean. Okay. Now, there are another important thing you need to understand is that the credit agencies, right? The credit agencies, which includes Fairfax, Experian, and TransUnion. These three credit agencies are governed by laws. Okay, they're governed by laws. So you, as a consumer, you have the right to be able to dispute something that you feel that is incorrect. It could be as simple as your middle initial is not there. It could be as simple as your address is incorrect. It could be you need to find technicalities to have that debt disqualified. So you got to know. So one thing I would advise, no, I'm not a credit repair person. Don't contact me, nothing. I'm only sharing knowledge with you. And because of that, go ahead and make that thumbs up button blue. Make it get on fire, blue. Pew. You know what I'm saying? While you at it, click the notification button. And also comment down below and let me know your thoughts. But one thing you need to do is that, by all means, I am creating a community to share knowledge that we could use, knowledge that could be fruitful, knowledge that could help propel us, knowledge that can elevate us to the next level. And just say, you know what? I'm not even giving you the middle finger. I'm gonna give you the pinky. You know what I'm saying? The middle finger is too big. And when you finally win the dispute, we can dance. 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 And cheers to that.